Payton.
All right, thank you, Whitney. It is just after 5:15 here on your Wednesday. First thing you need to know is it's going to be hot and humid. Second thing, there is a chance for a few storms today. Let's start with the heat and humidity. We do have a heat advisory for much of the area. The first one of what is likely going to be many over the next week. Temperatures currently feel like the mid to upper 90s at 5 a.m. So already hot and humid, and it gets worse. We'll feel closer to about 108 to maybe 110 this afternoon if you're not getting storms. Now, there is a chance for a few storms today, especially later this morning and a few this afternoon. But I'll tell you what we're watching this morning here in about 20 seconds. Here's your severe weather risk. Notice the risk is higher north of the lake and especially higher into Mississippi and going to Hattiesburg and portions to the north. There is a moderate risk, which is extremely unusual. Remember, on our scale of 1 to 5, a 4 and a 5 are getting on up there, and we have a level 4 just to our north today around I-20 and extending over into Alabama. Going back to 2002, it looks like this is the first level 4 out of 5 we've ever seen issued in this part of the country in our summer months in June. So we get these in March, April, and May, but very unusual to have at this time of year. This is mainly for damaging winds as a couple of complexes of storms moves across the region. So this morning as you head out the door, we don't have anything severe, but we do have a few showers and maybe a rumble of thunder trying to develop. Notice scattered showers really all over the map. So you will not be surprised to see a shower or two as you get out the door early this morning. Now, what we're going to be watching later on is what this complex of storms is going to do. It's up around Jackson, Mississippi. Some models have this diving to the southeast here, interacting with these cells that are already popping up and maybe having some intense storms north of the lake and into South Mississippi later this morning after sunrise. Most guidance doesn't have it really reaching the South Shore. So this is just one model run. Notice we've got our scattered showers. Here comes that complex of storms diving to the south. Notice near Hattiesburg around 8 to 9 o'clock or so with a few intense storms maybe on the North Shore around that time. And then as it moves towards the southeast, it does start to weaken, but we see some of those storms in our local area, especially north of the lake. That's round one. Round two of severe weather moving across to the north of us later tonight and into early tomorrow morning. So this is where your more widespread wind damage and tornado risk is going to be. Here at home, isolated in nature, especially south of the lake. So once again, like we've been watching, the best chance of rain is on the North Shore for today, but we could see a shower or storm or two here on the South Shore, as we already are this morning. Other big story is that heat. The record heat is ramping up mid to upper 90s for the weekend. And as we get into the upper 90s, heat index values could get closer to 110, maybe 112. Then you're starting to get into your heat warning criteria. So we have heat advisories and heat warnings. Heat warnings are just a little bit more that emphasize the danger of the heat. So just use extra caution. I know some people don't have the luxury of staying inside during the summer months. You got to go out and work. Just be careful, listening to your body. I know a lot of you are used to it, but you can still get very, very sick with heat stress and heat stroke. There's your 7-day forecast. The heat wave is not going anywhere anytime soon. We'll watch for a few storms today and tomorrow, but I think as we get into the weekend, things trending drier. All right, let's check in with